Hello everyone and welcome back to Accent on Gamers. This is Enkai and today I'm going to show you all the games and gaming related stuff that I picked up in July. I want to start by showing you some really cool retro stuff, and the first up is a retro game for SEGA Master System, and that's Phantasy Star. This is a game I never finished, but I did play it on the Game Boy Advance once and I really liked it, and ever since I watched all these great YouTube channels like Happy Console Gamers, Johnny Millennium, and this is his favorite game, and Greg RPG Swagman also says this game is amazing. He grew up with this game and has so many great memories of it, and I really want to finish it too. So it was really cool to find this game for the original system, because I can also play this game on the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. But yeah, this is really cool right here. I was in a bookstore and I actually found a loose cartridge for Phantasy Star, and then I looked around some more and I found this box here, and I asked him if the box was for the cartridge, but he said that it was actually another copy of the game, so he had two copies of Phantasy Star. I grabbed the box one and then I called a friend of mine and said that the loose copy was still over there if he wanted it, so that was really cool. And then I got a mod for one of my consoles, my PC Engine Duo R actually. This console right here only outputs composite video, you know, the yellow cable, which is very sad because a lot of the games on the PC Engine looks very good. And so I met a guy who could actually modify this console to output RGB SCART, which is the best cable you can get for retro systems. This one, you might remember it. We had this in Europe for a very long time, but I'm not sure if this was very popular in North America, but yeah, RGB SCART rocks. And what's so different with the PC Engine Duo R is that you cannot buy a RGB SCART cable for the console and connect it into it and just get RGB SCART from the start. You have to open the console up and modify it. I think it's the amplifier of some sort you have to change in there, because the console can actually output RGB SCART, but you cannot insert the cable, so it's something like that. But now with the mod it looks absolutely amazing, and I played Rondo of Blood the same day I got back the console, and it's a game that both sounds and looks amazing, and now I can truly appreciate the graphics in that game, so very nice to have a RGB SCART mod from my PC Engine Duo R. What was also very cool when I met this modder was that he actually said to me that he had a Super Nintendo at home, fully modded, able to play every single SNES cartridge and also switch between 50 and 60 Hz. So that was really neat, and I wanted to pick it up because I never actually owned a Super Nintendo for myself. When I was younger I borrowed my Super Nintendo from my grandmother actually, who later took it back and gave it away to someone else. So I still have my cartridges from back then, but I never had a console, so I picked it up and it looks like this. It's a European Super Nintendo, and as you can see here, my copy, my very beat up copy of Secret of Evermore is inside here, because it's actually modded to, yeah, so you can fit North American cartridges in here, because they are a little bit bigger than the European and Japanese ones. So I also bought a RGB SCART cable for that system as well, so it looks really nice, and now I can play great games like my copy of Chrono Trigger and so on. So really looking forward to play Terranigma on Super Nintendo, but we'll see when I get a copy of that game. Not so retro but still very cool is Police Knots right here. This is a visual novel for the PlayStation 1 made by Hideo Kojima. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to Snatcher, I'd say, because it plays the same, it feels the same. It's the same style, like where you have the visual novel and then also the parts where you shoot things. So if you're a fan of Snatcher, and if you heard of Snatcher and think that game sounds interesting, make sure to check out Police Knots as well, because it sure is really cool. I'm playing it with my friends so far, and we have not finished the game yet, so I'm really looking forward to more sessions with this game to see how it wraps up, because Police Note's very, very cool. And then we have 2 games for the Sony PSP, which is amazing, as you all know. First up is Loco Roco 2, and the first game in this series I'm a very big fan of. I played so many hours of the first game and I had so much fun with it, because that's what this game is right here. Fun, definitely. It's hard to explain this game, but what you do is, without motion controls, you are tilting the screen using the L and R buttons to move around this this blob here. It's really, really fun. You should take a look at YouTube if you're not gonna pick this game up yourself, because it's a good laugh, definitely. And then the other PSP game here is Metal Gear Acid 2. And I have the first Metal Gear Acid game, and I never got the chance to pick this one up, so when I found it for as cheap as I did, I picked it up right away. It's also very cool, this game here, because it comes with some kind of box where you put your PSP inside the box, and you have 2 holes where you look through the box and you'll get the PSP to show 3D some way. So it's some kind of 3D goggles box thing. It's called a Solid Eye actually, which is pretty fun if you played Metal Gear Solid 4. But anyway, Acid 2, really cool to have that one. And then we have a game for 3DS, which I got for free, so it was not a game that I was super hyped to pick up or anything. But here we have it, and it's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. And this is a strategy game. I think it was a launch game for the 3DS as well. And this was the game that everyone said was good back then, when the 3DS didn't have a lot of titles. So it's cool to have this one, and I'm sure whenever I play it, I will think it's a good game too, because it sure looks very good, but I haven't tried it out yet. Because another strategy game for the DS is the game I've been busy with this month, and that's Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. And I got this game from Mario actually, and it was really, really cool, because I was at the anime convention called NADCON, and over there I bought some Sakura Tyson stuff for him, and I called him and said that yeah, I had some gifts on my way home, and he was on his way to Denmark and asked me if there was any game that he should look for when he was in Denmark, and I told him to keep an eye out for Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon if he could find it, and he didn't, but what he did was while we were having this phone call, he actually went into eBay and bought this game without telling me. So when I got back from the convention and he got back from Denmark, this has already arrived at his door. So he got my Sakura Tyson things, and he actually gave me this, and I was really, really surprised, because I've been wanting this game for such a long time. I finished it already, it was really, really good, and now I'm playing the sequel, which is even better. So if you're a fan of Fire Emblem, this is a pretty rare game, but make sure to play this and play the sequel, because they're both really good. Next up is 2 Wii games, and the first one is Dragon Quest Swords. I can't remember the title, it's very long. The Masked Queen and the Tower of Mirrors. Wow. Anyway, I had this game before, but I gave it away to a friend of mine, because he was over at my place once and played Dragon Quest Kenshin, the plug-and-play Dragon Quest Swords game for TVs. And he had so much fun with that game, and those two are pretty similar, and he have a Wii, so I figured he should play this one too. But here it is again. It's nice to have it in my collection, even though I felt I wanted him to have it more than I wanted it myself. But yeah, it's cool to have again anyway, so pretty nice. I never finished it, so I don't know exactly how much I have left of this game, but it's gonna be cool to pick up again. And the other game was Pikmin 2, which I've been after for quite some time for the GameCube, and I'm not sure if you can play this game with the GameCube controller, but I did play Pikmin 3 on Wii U using the Wiimote and Nunchuck combo when I played multiplayer, and that worked really good, so I mean, the controls in this one shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, anyway, I'm a fan of the first and third Pikmin game, and I never got the chance to play the second one. But I know some friends of mine who really like Pikmin 2, so I'm having very high expectations for this one, so this game better be really good. Next up is a release, actually, the only release of July that I picked up, and that was The Last of Us Remastered. And I have a pretty fun story, actually, because before this game was released, there was a deal where you could trade in a game and get this one for roughly €9. So I checked through this list, and there was not a lot of games on the list that I wanted to get rid of. But on the list was Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Z, which is a game that I've been curious about, so I figured I might as well buy that game first, play it for a week or so and trade it in. And that I did. But the fun thing was that whenever I found that game, I actually found the collector's edition, which comes with this Goku figurine here, which looks amazing. The details on this one is absolutely outstanding, and I don't know, I just love his face right there. Amazing figurine. So yeah, I kept the figurine and I traded in the game and got myself The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4. Pretty good deal to me, I think, because the Dragon Ball game was like, at the end of the day I didn't pay anything extra for the figurine, so that was really nice. The Last of Us Remastered, however, is pretty cool, actually, because it has the DLC on the disc here, and I never bought the DLC for the PS3 version. So it's nice to pop this game in and play the DLC. It was fun, definitely worth. I think it's around 10 euros on PSN, and yeah, for a fan of The Last of Us, as I am, it was fun to play through. And also, back when I got this game for PlayStation 3, I played it in one sitting, and yeah, it was very hard and very stressful. So it's nice to have this game for a longer while and actually be able to play it in shorter sessions and just enjoy the visuals, because I simply rushed through the PS3 version of the game because I wasn't able to save. We had a glitch, so there was no way to save in the game, and we realized that like 8 hours into the game, so fuck it, we decided to just play through everything, and I directly after that sold away the game to get like 45 euros back, and yeah, so why not pick this one up, right? As for the graphics, they don't look that much better. I enjoy that the game is in 60 FPS compared to 30, I guess, on the PS3. It runs a lot better, but it still looks like a last gen game to me. Don't know why, but yeah, definitely worth the money, absolutely. This is getting kinda old to say, but as always, a lot of Xbox 360 games. And first up is two games that I got from a friend of mine who bought a big lot of Xbox 360 games and a console, actually. And with the console he got Halo 4, which is a game that I never had or even tried, actually. I've looked at this game at trailers and reviews, and I always thought that this game looks so good for the Xbox 360, and I really want to play it for myself. So here I have it, and it's awesome because he was gonna trade in most of the games anyway, so I got this for a very reasonable price. And also in the lot he got Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. And this is so much fun because this is a game that I've been wanting to pick up sometime, but I'm not in a hurry to play this game. So it was neat when he said to me that his old 360, he got Dark Souls from Xbox Live Gold for free, so he didn't need this one. So I got it too. Very nice of him, thank you. Because Demon's Souls, which I have played, is supposed to be kind of different to this one, even though they are very similar. A lot of things are supposed to be different, so since I played Demon's Souls and I like some aspects of it, and this game is supposed to do some things different, I think that I might like this game some more, or the other way around if I'm unlucky, but we'll see about that. But it's cool to have the Prepare to Die edition also, because it's supposed to be better some way. And then we have a first-person shooter, and that's Crysis 3. I've been wanting to pick up a first-person shooter for quite a while now, and I did get Halo 4, as I just told you, but this was a game that I picked up myself before I got Halo 4. I don't want to play this game before I pick up Crysis 2, so I have to do that now. But it's nice to have this in the collection, and why I got this, one of the reasons, is that I was able to get Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning and Crysis 3 for a very good price, both of them. Yeah, pretty cool. This is a game that I heard a lot of great things about, and it's been on PlayStation Plus, I think, and back then I was actually about to buy a month of PlayStation Plus just to download the game and try it out, but I decided to wait some more, and now I got the physical copy for cheap, so that was a good move by me, I think. But yeah, this game looks very interesting actually. It reminds me of Fable, but a bit more over the top. The action looks a bit more cool, I guess. But yeah, looking forward to play it. And then we have this X-Men Origins Wolverine for Xbox 360, and wow, this is a super good hack and slash game that got very good reviews, but not a lot of people heard about it, so it's very odd, because you would look at this game as some random shit, shovelware, you know, whatever, but if you do go and look up reviews, I think even IGN, of all people, gave this game a very high score, so that's pretty cool. Next up are two games that I also found at the bookstore, where I found Phantasy Star for very cheap too, like €1 each, super cheap. They were in very bad condition on the boxes, but I did replace them, so that doesn't matter at all. The first one being Thai 2, and I picked up the first Thai game at Retrospelsmässan this year, and that game is really cool. It's a great platformer with very good music, and I think I told that in that video too, that I have played the third game, so here's the second one, so pretty cool to have that one. And also the multiplayer pack for Halo 2, and I'm not sure if this even works anymore since Xbox Live is down and everything, but it's a cool game to have, because I like Halo, and the cover art here looks really cool, so for such a low price, this was pretty cool to pick up. But that was the last game actually. I did get 2 guidebooks actually from my girlfriend Emilia, who went to a retro game store very far away from here, and she decided to pick some things up there to give to me, and that was really nice, so thank you. But first up was a guidebook for Mega Man Network Transmission, the platforming game for Nintendo GameCube in the Battle Network franchise. And I love this game. I played it as when I was younger a whole lot, and I was a big fan of Battle Network, but also the anime based on Battle Network, and Network Transmission, at least in Europe, had Japanese voices, so that was super cool to me, and I get so many memories back from looking through in this guide. Maybe sometime I should complete this game 100% using this guide. That would be pretty cool. The next guidebook was for Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, and I've been in a bit of a Metal Gear craze lately, so this was very cool actually, since I have not played Portable Ops yet. My plan is to, because I have not finished Metal Gear Solid 4 yet. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 4 right now, so yeah. Anyway, my plan was to beat Metal Gear Solid 4, so I'm done with that trilogy. As you can say, 1, 2, and 4. And then I want to go back and play the old games, Portable Ops, Peace Walker, replay Snake Eater, which is my favorite. Yeah, so I'm ready for the Phantom Pain, so that's my plan. And to have this game when I play Portable Ops is gonna be pretty sweet. Besides of that, the convention I went to, I also picked up some quite cool stuff from there, but that will have to be in a separate video, because I have some things to say about that convention too. So yeah, that should be it for this time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, get gaming!